students. You are welcome to mathematics class on Eko Learners Support for WAEC and NECO candidates. So in this class, we'll be learning one beautiful topic in mathematics, which is linear equations, solution to linear equations. So sit back while we enjoy learning together.
Eko Learners Support, a support program of the Lagos State Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education for WAEC and NECO candidates.
So the objective of the class, by the end of the class, students should be able to identify linear equations in one variable, solve basic linear equations, solve linear equations involving fractions. Come on, let's learn. So what do we call an equation? Before now, right from our primary school, one thing we are used to in mathematics is talking about equation. So an equation is a mathematical statement that tells us that two algebraic expressions are equal to each other. Now, a linear equation. A linear equation is an equation in which the highest power of the variable is always 1. The highest power of the variable that we are considering is 1. So such as we have the general form of the linear equation. So any linear equation of one variable that you have as ax plus b equals 0, where a, b are just constants. For example, something of 3x plus 2 equals 15. This is a linear equation where the coefficient of x is the 3 and 2 as well as 15 are constant. The variable here is x. Now that we understand this, let's move on. A linear equation in one variable will always have one unique solution. What are we saying? Whenever we solve a linear equation of one variable, there will always be one solution that satisfies the value of that variable in that equation. So we'll be taking ourselves through that journey here. We have to solve this equation where we have 6x plus 5 equals 13 plus 4x. So let's start. We have 6x plus 5 equals 13 plus 4x. In solving this, the very first thing that should come to our mind is using our BODMAS. But interestingly, there is no BODMAS to be applied here because there is no bracket in the first place. So we just have it this way. The next thing for us is to collect like terms. Those terms involving x, let's pack them to one side of the equation, while the other terms with no x, we pack them to the other side of the equation. So here is similar to saying collect like terms, which becomes 6x. Take this positive 4x to the left-hand side, it becomes negative 4x. Minus 4x equals, this 13 is at the right side, we still keep it there, nothing is changing about it. However, this 5, positive 5, that is at the left-hand side, when taking it to the right-hand side, it becomes negative 5. Negative 5. So here, we subtract 4x from 6x, that gives us 2x. And we do the same thing here, we subtract 5 from 13, that gives us 8. Now that we know this, we have to divide both sides by the coefficient of x, which is 2. So if I divide this by 2, I will have 2x over 2. So when I cancel the 2 with the denominator, it gives me just x. While I divide this, 8 divided by 2. So this one will give me 4. That means the unique value that satisfies this is 4. So if we put 4 here, it will definitely tell us that what is at the right-hand side is equal to what is at the left-hand side. That is about this problem. Let's go further. The problem is that we should solve the equation negative 2 open bracket 4 minus x close bracket is equals to 6 open bracket x plus 2 close bracket plus 3x. To start with, now this is the problem. So the next thing for us here is that we should open the bracket. We open the bracket. When we open the bracket, it becomes minus 8 plus 2x equals, opening this bracket, 6x plus 12 plus 3x. Then we move further. After opening the bracket here, the next thing is for us to collect like terms. We take like terms by saying we have minus this, we add this to this, making 9x plus 12. So we still have x at the left-hand side, we have x at the right-hand side. Let's pack them to one side now, where x come to one side, and the numbers, the terms without x, goes to another side, which is our primary aim, collecting like terms. So in collecting like terms, we take the 2x remain at the left-hand side, nothing is happening to that. Then we bring 9x to the other side, which is the left-hand side. Whenever you take positive number to the other side, it becomes negative number. Same thing we have done here, bringing it to this side. So after we have done this, we simplify this further to say negative 7x equals 12 plus 8. So we had that 12 plus 8. If you do that at your hand, 12 plus 8 gives us 20. So minus 7x is equals to 20. Now we need to make x to stand alone. What do we do? Right. Yes, we divide both sides of the equation by negative 7, because negative 7 is the coefficient of x. So we do that, dividing both sides by negative 7, and it becomes this. Yes, negative 7x divided by negative 7 is equals to 20 divided by negative 7. Remember, this 7 will cancel out. Then we are going to be left with x equals 20 divided by 7, which is this one minus, we have minus. 7 can go in 20 2 times, remainder 6. 7 times 2, 14. So for 14 to complete 20, there is 6 left that is not up to 7. So we have it in this manner. And that is the value of x that satisfies this given equation here. Remember, a linear equation of one variable, we have just one unique value of x as the solution. Interesting. Let's take it a step further. What if we come across more complex problems? So this is problem in form of fraction. When we come across problem in form of fraction, how do we do it? It's so easy. Let's take a step together. Here, let's look at the denominator. We have 5 and we have 3. Here, 3 is the same as saying 3 over 1. So the LCM of 5, 3, and 1, what would that be? 15, exactly. So now what we do is multiply 15, which is the LCM of the denominators, by each term of the equation. There are several approaches to it. Some people may decide to say, let me solve this together. We advise students, don't complicate things for yourself. Just multiply through by the LCM of the denominators. So when we multiply through, we are going to multiply through by 15, which is the LCM. So it becomes 15 multiplied by what we have here, minus 15 multiplied by what we have here, times 15 with what we have here, equals to the other side. So when we do this, 5 goes here 1, 5 goes here 3. that becomes 3, open bracket, we multiply this. The same way, 3 goes here 1, 3 goes here 5. We use this 5 to multiply all the numerator, we have it here. So 3 multiplied by 15, that gives us 45. Now that we are done with that, the next thing for us is to open the bracket. We open the bracket. So to open the bracket, 3 multiplied by 3x, that will be 9x. We use this 3 again to multiply 2. We get 6. Minus 5 is used to multiply 2x. It will give us minus 10x. Minus 5 is used to multiply 3. It will give us minus 15 equals 45. That's our opening of bracket. So we have it this way. Now that we've opened bracket, we can take a step by simplifying further. 9x minus 10x, we keep it. 6 minus 15. We can simplify that here before we collect like terms, and we may as well decide to collect like terms right from here. There is no problem. So collecting like terms is what we do now. We take 9x, remains at the left-hand side, since we are not taking it to the other side. So 9x remains 9x. This one, 10x, negative 10x. It will remain negative 10x. Why? Because we are not taking it away from the left-hand side. So it will remain there. We are only removing these 6 and still bringing them closer here, 9x and negative 10x. However, at the other side of equal sign, we have 45 remaining there. 15, negative 15 goes to meet it at the other side. It becomes positive 15. While positive 6, which was at the left-hand side, going to the right-hand side, it becomes negative 6. So now this one, you subtract this, we have negative x equals, when we subtract this as well, we have the other side. So negative x equals 54. We can then divide both sides by negative 1. Because it's just negative 1, we may as well multiply both sides by negative 1, just to ensure that we do not keep this negative x. Our interest is to find the value of x and not negative x. So you know what that will be. Great. So it becomes this, and we have it as negative 54. Isn't that interesting? So that is how we solve linear equation in fraction form. If you have taken away something from the class since we started, so you should be able to practice some things on your own. Let's look at what that is. Practice question. You are to solve the following. So these 2 questions, we are to solve it. You can pause the video while you take your time through. These are what we have earlier discussed. I bet you've had enough time going through it. So let's solve it together. You compare it to your solution if we are on the same page. Now we move to solution to practice questions. So we are to solve this. In doing this, let's look at the best way to approach it. The very first thing, this involves bracket. So don't forget, you open the bracket. In opening the bracket, 5, which is the outer number here, multiply through all the terms inside the bracket. 5 multiplied by 2x gives us 10x. 5 multiplied by negative 1 gives us negative 5. You keep the 3 here, plus 3 equals 8x minus 8. Now we can simplify before we say we collect like times. 10x, what we have here, negative 5 plus 3, that will give us negative 2, equals 8x minus 8. So here now, let's pack the terms involving x, the terms that has x, let's put them to one side, and the one with no x, put them to the other side. That's what we call collect like terms. So that becomes 10x, this minus 8x. Because it's moving from the right-hand side to the left-hand side, the sign will change. Negative 8, it is not leaving that right-hand side, so it remains negative 8. While the negative 2 that is leaving the left-hand side to the right-hand side will change sign, plus 2. Here, when we subtract this, we have 2x, which is equals to, when you subtract this, you have 8. Someone is owing you 8 naira. The person pays 2 naira. The person is still owing you 6 naira. So negative 6. Now, the next thing, for us to have x standing alone, we divide through the left-hand side and the right-hand side by the coefficient of x, so that x can stand alone. If I divide this by 2, I also divide this by 2. So here, it cancels out. It becomes x equals negative 2 goes in 6, that's 3. Negative 3. Hence, negative 3 is the value of x that satisfies this equation. So negative 3 is the value of x that satisfies that. Isn't that interesting? So compare that to what you have done. Are we on the same page? Let's take the second question. So for the second question, this is fraction. We've learned how we've been solving this. The very first thing, the LCM of 5 and 10. What will be the LCM of 5 and 10? Yes, your guess is right. It's 10. So you are multiplying that 10 by all the terms here. Meaning 10 multiplied by x plus 2, close bracket, over 5 equals, not equal. So at that point is minus. We use the same 10 to multiply 3x minus 1 divided by 10 equals to 2 times 10. So to make it fast, 5 goes here 1, 5 goes here 2. We have 2x plus 2, no more denominator here because it's going to be 1, minus 10 goes here 1, 10 goes here 1. So we still have 3, open bracket, x minus 1, close bracket, which is going to be equals to 20. All right, so from there now, we open the bracket, which is 2x plus 4 minus 3x plus 3 equals 20. So here, let's do something. 2x minus 3x. So you are owing 3x, you pay 2x. That means you still have 1x left that you are owing. So that is going to be negative x. That's what you have left. You have 4 plus 3. That's 7. Plus 7 equals 20. Now we have minus x. Let the 7 go to his family member here, which is 20 minus 7. So we are left with minus x equals, subtract 7 from 20, we have 13. Recall, We are not looking for negative x, we are looking for x. So what would you do? You multiply both sides, or you divide both sides by -1, because -1 is the coefficient of x here. So if I multiply through -1 times -x, it gives me x, -1 multiplied by 13, it gives me -13. And as such, we've been able to find a unique solution that satisfies the value of x in this equation. Isn't that interesting? Fantastic. Did you get the same value of x as mine? If not, then look through. Where is your mistake?
Eko Learners Support, a support program of the Lagos State Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education for WAEC and NECO candidates.
So we've come to the end of today's class. Don't forget, for your comments, your suggestion, or any question, you can direct that to any of our social media handles being displayed on your TV screen. Till we come your way next time, stay active.